All right, y'all, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about rivalries in hip-hop right now, Kendrick Lamar versus Drake, and how it's all about to play out on one of the biggest stages in music, the 2025 MTV Video Music Awards. Yeah, we're talking award nominations, diss tracks, viral performances, Emmys, industry respect, and everything in between. Whether you're riding with Kendrick or still rocking with Drake, this one's for you. Let's break it all down. So, first things first. Kendrick Lamar and Drake are both nominated in the Best Hip Hop category at this year's VMAs. Kendrick is in with Not Like Us, a track that, let's be honest, shook the internet. That song wasn't just a hit, it was a straight-up event. Everybody was quoting it, remixing it, reacting to it. It hit like a cultural grenade. And then we've got Drake, who's in the same category with his song Nokia. Now, to be fair, that track also did numbers. But the conversation isn't just about streams or charts anymore. This is about momentum, impact, and who's winning the narrative. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Kendrick's not just nominated once. This man has 10 nominations at the 2025 VMAs. Let that sink in. 10. That's Artist of the Year, Video of the Year, Best Hip Hop, Best Album, Best Direction, and more. It's not just a sweep, it's domination. Kendrick is being recognized not just as a rapper, but as a creative force, a visionary, a storyteller. Even the direction of his videos is getting industry props. Meanwhile, Drake, he's only up for one award. One. That's Best Hip Hop for Nokia. And no shade, but that says a lot about how the industry is viewing these two right now. One's being celebrated for the totality of his art. The other's still in the conversation, but just barely hanging on in terms of critical respect, at least for now. But wait, there's more. Kendrick's dominance isn't stopping at the VMAs. This man just scored multiple Emmy nominations for his Super Bowl halftime performance. Yeah, that same show that had everybody losing their minds earlier this year. And I'm not just talking about a single Emmy nod. We're talking nominations for Outstanding Variety Special, Live, Outstanding Directing, Outstanding Music Direction, Choreography, and more. Like, what artist is doing that? You don't see that kind of crossover from music into television at that level unless you're operating on a different wavelength creatively. Kendrick's not just playing the rap game, he's playing the entertainment industry as a whole. And if that wasn't enough of a flex, remember, Kendrick already won an Emmy in 2022 for his earlier Super Bowl appearance. He's already in that club. And here's something wild. Samuel L. Jackson, yes, the Samuel L. Jackson came out and said Kendrick's Super Bowl performance was, quote, revolutionary. That's huge. That's not just fan hype or social media buzz. That's one of the most respected voices in entertainment saying, yo, this guy is changing the game. You really have to ask yourself how many artists can say they've earned that kind of respect from across the entire entertainment spectrum. Not many. Kendrick's in rare air. Now, let's circle back to the music and the rivalry. Kendrick's Not Like Us isn't just a track, it's a statement. That whole song is a diss, a warning, and a celebration all in one. And while it doesn't name drop directly, we all know who it's about. The tone, the references, it's a clear shot at Drake. And remember that Super Bowl halftime performance? Kendrick threw in a lyric that was clearly aimed at Drake, even if he self-censored it on stage. And the crowd? Oh, they felt it. The energy was undeniable. There's this moment where Kendrick sort of half mumbles, half holds back a line, but you know what he meant to say. It was raw, it was pointed, and it sent a message even without full volume. That's power, that's presence. That's what separates a moment from a movement. Now let's talk about the bigger picture. This Kendrick versus Drake thing isn't just about awards. It's about two completely different approaches to art, fame, and the music industry. Drake's the hitmaker, the streaming giant, the playlist king. He's built an empire off of consistency, melody, and cultural relevance. You can't deny the numbers. He's got one of the most impressive runs in music history. But Kendrick? Kendrick's the craftsman, the storyteller, the guy who doesn't drop often, but when he does, everything stops. His albums are studied, debated, broken down like literature. He's not trying to flood the market, he's trying to shift the culture. And that's what we're seeing right now at the VMAs. Recognition of impact over output, quality over quantity, vision over virality. Now let's be real, Drake still got fans. Hardcore fans. There are people who will ride for him no matter what. And they're saying, look, just because Kendrick's winning awards doesn't mean he's winning the people. And maybe there's some truth to that. Awards don't always equal public favor. Drake still dominates charts. He still headlines arenas. He's still one of the most influential artists alive. But in 2025, the tide feels different. It feels like we're watching a shift, a passing of the torch moment, or maybe a battle for the throne that Kendrick just might be snatching with both hands. So what's next? Well, the VMAs are coming up fast, and you better believe the whole world will be watching. If Kendrick takes home a bunch of those awards, and especially if he wins Best Hip Hop over Drake, it's going to speak volumes. But if Drake pulls the upset, if Nokia wins over Not Like Us, phew, you already know social media is going to explode. Either way, this is the kind of rivalry that pushes artists to go harder, to level up, to innovate. And for us as fans, that's the win. So now I've got to ask you, who's your pick? Are you riding with Kendrick and the Not Like Us era? Do you think his Super Bowl, his Emmys, and his VMAs all add up to an undeniable moment? Or are you still rocking with Drake streaming Nokia, waiting for the next response, and trusting that the Six Gods got something up his sleeve? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear all of it. Let's get into it. And yo, if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. We've got more content coming soon on the VMAs, hip-hop rivalries, and everything in between. Thanks for tapping in. Until next time, peace, love, and keep the culture alive.